It's the segmenting principle, the educational practice that enhances multimedia learning through manageable chunks. And you'll be learning all about it with your host, Casey Burns, with guest appearances by Bill Ma, Jeff Goldblum, and Owen Wilson. Now here's your host, Casey Bird.
The segmenting principle. If you're like me, you've probably broken the law trying to figure it out. Well, it's probably not that serious. But you've definitely probably been frustrated by it, trying to figure out which segments and how the segments go together so that the learners learn best. Think of it like a highway with a bunch of different posted speed limits. You want to make sure that they're all coherent so that you have one smooth ride. And if not, well, you get a result like this. Now, I can't be there to teach it to you in person, so enjoy this video by some trusted colleagues of mine that'll teach you just exactly what the segmenting principle is, how it's best applied, and why it's important. Good luck.
Thank you very much, people. You people. What am I, in the business of harboring fugitives now? New rule. Next time you get chased by the police, don't give a shout out to your buddy in California. Okay? Now, let's get down to what's really important. The segmenting principle. So what is the segmenting principle? Well, the segmenting principle states, and I quote, that learners understand multimedia content better when information is presented in user-paced segments rather than a continuous unit. The concept comes from Myers' principles of multimedia learning. So what does that mean? What's the big whoop? Well, the big whoop is this. It's the breaking down of larger chunks of information into smaller chunks so that your brain can absorb it better. For those little brains out there that can't handle all of the information at once. And if you want to know what condescending looks like, rewind and watch again. Okay. So what does segmenting look like? Take my show, Real Time, for example. The first segment would be the one-on-one I have with our main guest, where we talk for about 10 minutes. Segment 2 would include introducing the panel and a roundtable that lasts roughly 40 minutes. The next 20 minutes for segment 3 would be my new rules, which I suggest you watch because they're great. Okay? But if you really want to know why segmenting is important, then I'll have to leave you in the care of a man whose every sentence hinges on the segmenting principle. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you none other than Jeff Goldblum, okay?
What? Oh my God. Thank you. Oh, wow. Wow, what a treat. Oh, all right now, stop it. You gotta let the bloom get a word in edgewise. Because I got something very important to talk about. And that's why segmenting matters for learners. And it has a little bit of something to do with the cognitive load theory alignment. Now you know what that means. Actually, I don't know what it means. Right here. It says it right over here. See, by properly managing the amount of information you choose to give learners, it can greatly reduce the extraneous cognitive load by preventing information overload. You don't want your brain to get all stuffed up with too much information. You got to kind of give it in little doses. You see what I'm saying? Why? So why do we do this? Why do we do anything? Well, to support working memory learners, since learners can only handle about 3 to 5 chunks of information at a time. That doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not. But that's what we're here for. So to improve processing time, we got to give our most precious and loved learners the time to absorb these precious bits, whether they be very light or heavy. We want to give them time to process those bits of information. It just makes it for the best. So what's a good example of this? Think of information like an orange, right? Somebody hands you a nice big orange. It's big, it's juicy, it's ripe for the picking. Now, do you think it's best to just shove the whole orange right in your mouth? No. You're going to take it apart piece by delicious little piece, and you're going to devour and you're going to savor those little bits of orange just like you would do a tasty piece of information. Now, you could be learning something about like mechanics. You could be learning something about why unicorns make bad pets because they fart in elevators. Who knows? Whatever you're after. But you want to take those big chunks of information, you want to break them down into small little tangible bits so that you can absorb them, so that you can savor them, and so they can use them later. And now that you've learned why segmenting matters and is so important for learners, I'm going to kick you over to my good friend Owen Wilson, who's going to teach you a little bit about how to implement these tools that we've just been talking to you about. And remember, life finds a way. See you later.
Oh, wow. Was that Jeff Goldblum? Oh, man. Wow. It's just been a hell of a day. I mean, man, that's wild. You got Bill Maher, you got Jeff Goldblum, now you got me, Owen Wilson. Man, it's been such a wild day, I kind of forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to talk to you guys about when and how segmenting is to be implemented. Now, everybody here probably knows that segmenting is probably best used when the material is complex and technical, right? So the more complex the information is, the more you're going to want to break it down so that people can understand it better. And it's really great for first-time learners, right? So let's say you're new to all this, which some of you are. Your brain is going like, oh man, it's going all this way, it's going all that way, it's all but you just got to settle it down and then implement some segmenting principles, and everything's going to be okay. It's really great for what you guys are doing right now, self-paced learning. So you get to learn at your own pace, you get to take in the chunks of information that you need to take in when you need to take it in. That way you can use it for enhancement of those brain cells. Now, for this next part, I'm going to need you to put your thinking cap on real tight there, muchacho, because this is the most important part of all. And that's how to implement segmenting into your practices. Now, when you provide information in sort sections, you guys probably already talked about that. Goldblum probably talked about it by doing something with oranges or something. But what you're really going to want to do is divide your content into its natural boundaries. And you've probably been doing that this whole time with this video. Like if you noticed from the beginning, the guy that set this whole thing up, he let you know what was going on in the beginning. That we're going to talk about the segmenting principle in 3 different stages. What segmenting is, why segmenting is important, and then the last part's me. How do we implement it? How does it look? Right? So that's the segmenting principle put into practice, and you've just been taking part of it this whole time. It's like, wow, whoa, wow, it's all crazy. But don't forget, there's one last part, right? You're going to want to provide brief pauses for prompts between the sections. That way they don't get all jumbled all together, and it's like all one big orange eating all the way at the same time. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I think that you do. Now go out there and get up. I believe in you. The best thing about the segmenting principle is kind of like a concept you already know, scaffolding. Picture a building being built, right? You don't start at the top like some whack job. You start at the bottom and then structurally work your way up to the top levels, making sure everything's secure along the way, right? It's the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, the whole thing's going to come crumbling down. And that's not where you want to be. Nobody wants that for you. I certainly don't. Now I'm going to kick you back over to our host so we can wrap this whole thing up in a nice little bow. But it's been great talking to you, and I will hope the best for you. I really mean it. All right. Go get a bucko. So that was my segmenting principle video. I hope you guys liked it. I know it's kind of like a little, it's fun. So I know it's a little bit different, but I wanted to kind of use some of the different tools that I've been kind of playing around with. Some of the stuff I play around in the classroom. So if you're curious about it, I use like Snapchat filters. Like I mostly do them just in the classroom, like live, while I'm doing some teaching stuff. But and then the other one was I can't remember the other one. It's like Face Swap Live or something like that. That was for the Owen Wilson one. So like I'll do all the voices and I'll do all the face swap stuff. So that stuff's kind of fun for me to do, even though I know the video doesn't make any sense. I mean it kind of does, but like there's no reason for like Bill Maher to be there or anything like that. But it does make it a little bit more memorable, especially for the students that I teach in high school level. Any little difference in variation will that helps it like stick. I go for that stuff all the time, so that's kind of fun for me to do. But as far as the video aspects of all this stuff, like I'm still learning all this stuff on the fly. So the first like video thing I ever made was probably this year. So I wish I was more of a tech person, because I know I played this back already, and I looked at all the like incongruities and the little spots where like I miss like a beat, or it's not filled in with a piece of video. There's like a little tiny gap of like a 0.3 seconds or stuff like that. So all the editing and stuff, I haven't quite figured out exactly how to do it all properly. But that's kind of that's the other half of the stuff I would like to do. So as far as the content is concerned, the segmenting principles, it's like I said in the, well, I don't think I said it in the video, but it's basically, it's one of those concepts that's kind of exactly what it sounds like. You're just breaking things down into smaller little chunks, so that you can absorb all the material, and that you don't have to worry about like retaining all the information all in one bit, that you can kind of break it down and according to like what little pieces are there for the bigger whole. So easy concept to grasp. I just kind of took this and had a little fun with it. So hope you guys liked it. If you have any comments on it, let me know. If it sucked, that's fine too. You can tell me that too. But I'll post it in the chat for us all. Okay. You guys have a good day.